What's going on? How you doing? What's going on? How you doing? How y'all doing? How's it going? How's everybody doing? What's going on? What's going on? How's it going? How's it going? How you doing? Thanks for the like. Yo, what's going on? How are you doing? A lot of interesting stuff happening in the wrestling world. What's your thoughts on Warner Brothers buying Netflix? I think it could be the end of AEW. I think AEW is pretty much on the shelf. I think it could be the end of all elite wrestling. Warner Brothers bought Netflix. That's correct. No, I said that wrong. Netflix bought Warner Brothers. Ah, I got confused there. Netflix bought Warner Brothers. Netflix bought Warner Brothers. Yeah, Netflix is doing more wrestling stuff, but the Netflix airs Monday Night Raw WWE programming. They're not going to want to mess with AEW because they air Monday Night Raw. Netflix airs Monday Night Raw. They're not going to want to air AEW. They're going to put AEW on the shelf. Basically, TNA locked up their deal with AMC just in time. Um, TNA Wrestling just got their deal with AMC. If they hadn't gotten their deal in that time, it means pretty much WWE would have monopolized television for wrestling. But I but I don't know if you've seen what Eric Bischoff said. Eric Bischoff said that the main reason WWE is working with TNA is so they can make an argument that they're not monopolizing the industry, that they're working with other companies like TNA, and as a way of saying we're not monopolizing the company, we're not monopolizing wrestling. We work with other companies. That's why they are working with TNA as their number, so they can go to court and argue because they're getting sued about being a monopoly. WWE is getting accused of being a monopoly, and they're I would say they're not a monopoly because AEW and TNA do exist, so they're not quite a monopoly, but they're definitely on the verge of being a monopoly. And AEW owns Ring of Honor, so there's other wrestling out there. There's Major League Wrestling. Um, there's a lot of different wrestling companies out there, but everyone knows WWE as the main players. So we have to get away from well, WWE wants to get away from the idea that they're a monopoly. So that's why they're working with TNA Wrestling because they don't want to be seen as a monopoly. Mainly don't want to be seen in court as a monopoly. They don't care what the fan thinks. They would love for the fan to think that they're the only thing in town, but they want to in court be seen as a fair player. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Thank you for liking and subscribing. I really appreciate it. Wrestling, what goes on behind the scenes is definitely goes on a lot deeper. There is a lot of politics involved. A lot of politics. What's going on? How you doing? If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Wrestling is nothing but politics, my friend. Everything is politics. Everything has politics, though. Everybody's trying to screw everybody. Everybody's trying to get the better TV deal. Everybody's trying to get the better contract. It's been that way for ever since I've been alive. I'm sure well before that. You look back at the WCW days when everybody was trying to get a WCW contract, and they were trying to WCW was going at WWF's third, and WWF was going at WCW's third, and ECW was just scraping trying to get by. And look, ECW ended up dying. Paul Heyman now works for the Empire. He it's crazy. The fact that Paul Heyman works for Vince McMahon is crazy. Well, Paul Heyman doesn't work for Vince now. Paul Heyman works for WWE, but he spent years talking trash about WWE. Warner Bro. Netflix bought Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers own is owned owns uh, Warner Brother owns AEW. Well, they own AEW programming. Warner Brother owns TBS and TNT. AEW airs on TBS and TNT. So now the company that owns the networks that AEW airs on is getting bought by the company that currently airs WWE Monday Night Raw. Netflix. Netflix is buying Warner Brothers. And that affects them because Warner Brothers airs AEW programming. I know it's a bouncing ball to follow. But AEW airs on Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers just got bought by Netflix, and Netflix airs WWE programming. Hey, welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There's a lot to talk about in professional wrestling right now. Warner Brothers just, I almost said it backwards again. Netflix just bought Warner Brothers. Netflix airs WWE. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. What's going on, everybody? If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Tell me what your thoughts are on Netflix buying Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers airs AEW programming on TBS and TNT. And obviously Netflix airs Monday Night Raw WWE. What's your thoughts on that? I think it spells the end for AEW. All that's going on, and tonight, Final Resolution is tonight. TNA Wrestling Final Resolution has a pay-per-view tonight while all this is going on. TNA Wrestling Final Resolution is tonight. And obviously tonight is a very big night because it's the first pay-per-view. It's the first live show since they announced the deal on AMC, where TNA Wrestling is going to AMC. And obviously tonight is very significant in the fact that it's the first live program since TNA announced that they're going to AMC. So we get to see so tonight's a big night for TNA Wrestling too. It's not a monopoly. Thanks for the love from the UK. Really appreciate it. TNA is owned by Anthem Sports and Entertainment. And they have a deal with AMC, so they pretty much are safe. WWE is owned by TKO, which also owns the UFC. I mean, I guess anything's possible. I think Netflix would be more interested in ABC or NBC before they would AMC. They'd be more interested in buying NBC and ABC. Or Viacom. Not that Viacom is a big, big player too. Viacom owns Spike TV, Cartoon Network, CNN, HLN. They own a lot of networks. Viacom does. And Viacom has been friendly with wrestling with Paramount. Also, not that UFC is wrestling, but UFC just signed a new deal with Paramount. Hey, welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. I really would appreciate it. Hit that like button too. It's free. It's free to hit the like button. Just hit the like button. I really would appreciate it. Are you serious? Blockbuster could have ended up buying Netflix? Is that a real thing? They had a chance to buy Netflix? That's crazy. Damn, they really are kicking themselves every day. They're hating themselves for that. Uh, Netflix Netflix is about to produce Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua will be the most watched sporting event in history ever. Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul will be the most watched fight ever. It'll be the most watched sporting event ever. It'll beat Super Bowl. It'll beat the Super Bowl. God knows how many people are going to subscribe to Netflix because of Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. What'd you say about AJ? I'm sorry. AJ's going to basically, I think you're trying to say AJ's going to knock Jake Paul out. AJ is most likely going to knock Jake Paul out. But holy shit. I knew AJ and Jake Paul are getting paid nuts money. They're getting paid crazy money. It's going to be the most watched sporting event in history. In history. Just get your head around that. This comes after Tyson versus Jake Paul was the most watched fight ever. It was the most watched fight ever. Jake Paul versus. That means more people watch that than watch Holyfield versus Mike Tyson. More people watch Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson than they watch Holyfield versus Mike Tyson. That's crazy. It's just more accessible. It's more at your fingertips. Crazy. It's crazy. Jake Paul, whether you like Jake Paul or not, the man's a freaking genius when it comes to being a businessman. He knows how to make people watch. No matter what you think of Jake Paul, he knows how to make people watch. And and Logan Paul is nothing but a billboard for Prime. He's nothing but a billboard for Prime during WWE programming. Look at Logan Paul has just he made WWE his bitch. Logan Paul made WWE his bitch. Logan Paul uses WWE for nothing other than advertisement. Logan Paul would have nothing to do with WWE if it wasn't for them advertising Prime. He's only on their programming to advertise Prime. And you and I both know Logan Paul will end up winning the WWE title at some point. It's just going to happen. He's going to get so much, he's going to have so much stock in WWE, he's going to end up I know. Me and my mom went out and bought Prime just to test it, just to try to. It's the nastiest shit you could ever drink. It's it's the nastiest shit you could ever drink. I don't know if I got like a. I know there's a lot of flavors to Prime. I don't know if I just got a bad flavor, but me and her got two different flavors, and both of us came to the opinion that it was the nastiest shit you could ever drink. But Logan's a fucking millionaire because of it. Multi-million billionaire actually. He's a billionaire because of it. So again, you can't hate the Paul brothers. They're racking in the money. They're laughing their way to the bank. I always think that Logan Paul actually has like water in the bottle, and when he drinks it, he's actually drinking water, and he's talking about how good Prime is, but he's not even drinking Prime. He's drinking water or drinking Pepsi or Coca-Cola. He's not even drinking Prime. You know, I don't know if there's that clip. It's from the '90s, so you probably I don't know how old you are. Um, but there's this clip of the NASCAR driver is supposed to be drinking Pepsi, and when he's drinking, I can't really remember exactly, but basically, when he spills the drink on live television, it's not the color of the drink, and it's obvious that it's not the drink that he's promoting that he's drinking. He's drinking some drink that's not even the color of the drink that he's promoting, and it's blatantly obvious. I don't know if you've seen that clip on YouTube. It's a NASCAR driver. He spills the drink. It's not even the drink that he's promoting. And the announcer basically looks down at the drink. I've seen the Red Bull with the water where he spills it and it's water. It's not Red Bull. Red Bull. But I have nothing bad to say about Red Bull. I love it. I love it. Do you like Red Bull? I have nothing bad to say about Red Bull. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people like Monster. I'm not really into Monster. I don't really drink Monster. I prefer Red Bull. Well, I never drank any of the other off-brand like Monster Fruit Punch. I never drank those. I've only drank the regular. I drink the Monster, and I if I drink Monster, I drink the coffee Monster, the Jim Beam coffee Monster. I do drink that, but I don't drink it often. I usually drink Red Bull. That and Coca Cola. Love Coca Cola too. Even though Coca Cola is not an energy drink, but I love Coca Cola. When my YouTube channel really blows up, I'm gonna get sponsored one day by Coca Cola because I drink Coca Cola and Red Bull in almost every video I make. Well, not my videos, my live streams. I don't drink during my videos, but during my live streams, Red Bull and Coca Cola. Yeah, Red Bull is like $10 a can, but I buy it in bulk. It's like $10 a can if you buy it in the convenience store. I hope you're subscribed to my channel. I really enjoyed the conversation. Let's see. Look at my analytics on this stream. Uh, Damn it. Yeah, nothing grows fast. I promise you that. You, if you don't want to put in the work, if you don't want to put in your work on your YouTube, your channel's not going to grow. Are you talking about live streams talking about brain rot? Are you talking about live streams talking about brain rot? I appreciate that, man. I really do. My son loves brain rot. He plays brain rot all the time. Just get the message out there, man. Tell people about my stream. Join me tonight. I'll be watching the TNA pay-per-view tonight. I don't know if you follow wrestling or not. The TNA wrestling pay-per-views tonight. Content. Well, this channel is a great way to become in the know, man. My channel is 100% pro TNA, anti WWE, anti AEW. I'm 100% pro TNA channel. I don't like WWE. I don't like AEW. I'm 100% pro TNA wrestling. And questions are great, man. Go ahead and ask all the questions you want. Most of my comments are people come in and say, "Is this AI? Is this AI?" I get a lot of those comments, and I farted. I get a lot of 6'9" comments, 6'9", 6'7", whatever the hell it is. 6'7". That's stupid shit. Very rarely do people come in and have real conversations. But it's a great time to become a TNA fan because TNA just signed the deal with AMC. So you'll be able to watch TNA on AMC. Now, for me, I just watch it on TNA Plus, and I was kind of scared that when they got on AMC, they were going to quit offering it on TNA Plus. But I'll still be able to watch it on TNA Plus, so I don't have no reason to get AMC. So I'm going to keep on watching it on TNA Plus. But if you have cable, you'll be able to watch it on AMC. But if you don't have cable, you can always get the TNA Plus app. And that includes the entire TNA library, and most of your pay-per-views. Yeah, Raw is on Netflix. WWE Raw is on Netflix. You'll see me, honestly, you'll see me make videos about WWE, but I'm usually telling you how bad it sucks. I try to watch the opening segment on Raw because it's the talking segment, which is the most bearable, is the opening talking segment. I watch the opening segment on Raw and give my opinions on it. Um, I like Cody Rhodes. I think he's the best microphone guy they got. Cody Rhodes is a good microphone guy. CM Punk used to be able to cut a good promo, but he's not worth a damn anymore. If you watch some of my videos, you'll hear me talk about that. But Jey Uso is the stupidest character I ever seen. He does that stupid whatever the hell that is. I think it's stupid as hell. And he's a baby face. And I don't, baby face means good guy if you don't know. He's a baby face, and it's just fucking ridiculous. Their best, well, I shouldn't say the best, but the best the WWE has produced in the past 25 years. Um, and I never really was a fan, but I always respected him. Mr. You Can't See Me, John Cena, is about to retire, and he's the best thing they produced in 25 years, and he's about to leave. So they're going to have nothing. They're going to have nobody. A bad guy is called a heel. A bad guy is a heel. A good guy's a baby face. A bad guy's a heel. Getting color means you're bleeding. So if you hear somebody say he's getting color, that means he's bleeding. Carney, the language I'm talking about, heel, face, getting color, all those words are called carney. It's called carney. It comes from the carnival days, where wrestling originated, where they didn't want people to know that wrestling was scripted. And so they would say things like heel, babyface, because they didn't want to say the good guy and the bad guy. They wanted to say heel and babyface because they were speaking the carney. What's another one? Blade job. That means you cut yourself with a razor blade. They call it a blade job. Um, getting heat. Getting heat means they're booing you or they're cheering you. A lot of people think it means they're just booing you, but getting heat just means they're reacting. So if they're reacting, you're getting heat, which is what you want. The worst sound for a wrestler is no sound at all. So if they walk out and they're booing you, you're getting a reaction, you're getting heat. If they walk out and they're cheering you, they're getting a reaction, you're getting heat. But if you don't get any heat, it's called cold. It means you're cold. There's no reaction whatsoever. That's the carney. Sadly, if you walked into an AEW locker room today, if you walked into an AEW locker room today, 90% of the wrestlers don't know the carney because they have no respect for the business anymore. That's why people have no. That's why the wrestlers have no respect for Tony Khan because, well, I'm sure Tony Khan knows the carney because he loves wrestling. He's a wrestling fan, but a lot of the guys have no respect in AEW for the business, and that's why they don't respect Tony Khan, because they don't. It's more politics, really. I I probably could speak the Carney when I was 12 years old, and online. I'm 38 years old, and online wrestling when I was 18 years old was spoken to Carney, and people respected it and they appreciated it. Today, they don't appreciate it. They don't care for it anymore. They don't have no appreciation. Wrestling has no respect anymore for what it. If you ever see, and usually it's female wrestlers, but wrestlers will step into the ring and they'll wipe their feet before they step into the ring. It's not because their feet are dirty, it's a sign of respect. You wipe your feet to show respect. If you watch a wrestler step into the ring, you'll see them wipe their feet, and it means that they respect the business. And you'll see wrestlers that don't do that, you know that they're probably not going to go anywhere in the business. If they don't do that, they're probably not going to go anywhere in the business because they're not respected in the locker room. Can we talk about Chris Jericho? Chris Jericho was the highest paid AEW wrestler ever. He got paid more to be in AEW than he did his entire WWE career. Chris Jericho got paid more money to work for AEW than he did his entire WWE career combined. Chris Jericho, there's a rumor that Chris Jericho is going to end up on the first ever TNA on AMC broadcast. That would mean Chris Jericho, for the second time in a row, would become the highest paid wrestler for. I'm not saying the highest paid wrestler in TNA, but this would be a second major paycheck for Chris Jericho, and that would make Chris Jericho one of the most financially successful wrestlers in the past 20 years in wrestling. If he gets a major contract from TNA, he'll probably be the most well-paid wrestler in the past 20 years. And you got to take your hat off to Chris Jericho if he's able to pull that off. I have mixed feelings on whether I want Chris Jericho to come into TNA or not. I know he has a good feud potential with Mike Santana. Uh, WWE pays good. They pay good. They don't pay what AEW pays because AEW pretty much pays wrestlers just to come there. AEW's not making money. WWE's making money. Tony Khan is just a spoiled kid. Tony Khan owns AEW, if you don't know. Tony Khan is a spoiled kid with a wrestling company. I mean, his parents are loaded. They're billionaires, and they bought him a wrestling company, and he does whatever he wants with his wrestling company. He buys anybody he can afford, and he can afford anybody who's willing to work for him under the shitty conditions that he provides, which is no respect, no love for the business, completely. You guys like CM Punk went there for money, but they realized they couldn't handle it because of disrespect. Guys like Cody Rhodes went there for the money, but he realized he couldn't. They had no respect there. He couldn't handle it because there was no respect in the locker room because it's a bunch of guys that are overpaid by Tony Khan, and they have no respect for wrestling. Yeah, yeah. WWE is a lot better place to work than it used to be. WWE used to be a shit fest. I mean, I've been saying for years. I know you haven't probably been watching. You haven't been watching me for years, but I've been saying for years that Vince McMahon was a sick, sick fuck, a sick, 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 sick guy. I've been saying for years, and I knew it because of the storylines he ran. He wanted to have sex in storyline. He wanted to have sex with his own daughter. It's just disgusting. He invented a group called the Kiss My Ass Club, where he wanted grown men to kiss his ass, literally kiss his ass. And I mean, he bent over and told men to kiss his ass. I don't know how much. I don't know how much of this you know about, but he told grown men to kiss his ass. He's a sick fuck. So then it comes out that then it comes out that recently that he wanted women to piss on him, to piss on him. I mean, urinate. He wanted them to urinate on him. He wanted them to urinate in his mouth and then wanted them to put it back in their mouth and swallow it. And he, not only was this not gross enough for him, but he encouraged his wrestlers to do it with him. Brock Lesnar specifically. Brock Lesnar, he wanted Brock Lesnar to get urinated on as well. This guy's a former UFC heavyweight champion. I mean, he's respected outside of WWE. He's a former UFC heavyweight champion. He encouraged wrestlers, and then he put them in these. Yeah, it is exactly like Diddy type shit. It's exactly like P Diddy. It's the same kind of person. It's the same kind of person. I'm sure him and Diddy were probably friends. He is a sick, sick fuck. And Vince McMahon is no longer in power in the WWE. Vince McMahon's no longer in power in the WWE, and Triple H is now in power. And I don't know what kind of people are at WWE now, but I will say this about Stephanie McMahon. Triple H is married to Stephanie McMahon. Hey, what's going on? How are you doing? Triple H is married to Stephanie McMahon. I will say this about Stephanie. When she was proposed the idea of doing the storyline of sleeping with her father, she said, "Daddy, I'm not doing that. That's disgusting." So we'll say that about Stephanie McMahon, and that is who Triple H is married to. So she did have enough dignity to say, "I'm not doing that storyline. That's sick." So that does. No, I don't remember you. I have so many people in my live stream. I have this conversation with people all the time. I wish I could remember every person that came into my live stream, but I can't. Can you remind me of what we talked about? Oh, okay, cool. Well, do you need my email again? I can. Hold on one second. Uh, Content. I don't mind. I'll shoot it to you again. I just got to go pull the live stream up. Later. Hey, welcome to the stream. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button.
Look out, guys.
If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button.
Clean this house.
We just hit 1.7 hours of watch time. 1.7 hours of watch time. So we're coming up on hitting 2 hours of watch time for this stream alone. I hope you join me for the pay-per-view tonight. Anybody that's not subscribed, go ahead and join me for the pay-per-view tonight. Hold on one second. I'm back, and I'm better than ever. Got a knack for making things better. I'm back, and I'm better than ever. Got a knack for making things better. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the hearts. I try, man. I try. You should check out my channel and watch some of my videos. Go to, since I think it's the longest, let's see. Let me go look at something real quick. And then before I suggest it. Damn it. Content. Yeah. You know what I'd really appreciate? I'm going to start telling people to do this. Since it's the longest playlist I have, it's called Wrestling and Boxing. If you go to my channel and go to Wrestling and Boxing, hit the mute button and hit play and let it play when you're not doing anything else so I can get my watch time. If you'll go to my playlist called Wrestling and Boxing, I got 99 videos in that playlist. If you hit the play button, you hit the mute button so you don't have to hear it, and just let it play and give me some watch time. I really would appreciate it. Obviously, I want you to stay watching my live stream, but if you could do that, I really would appreciate it. The playlist is called Wrestling and Boxing. Just hit the play button and let it play. And hit the mute button so you don't have to hear it. And just walk away from it. If you're wondering why I don't do it, YouTube knows that I am me. YouTube is very smart. YouTube knows that I'm me, and it won't count my views towards my own stuff. So if you do it, it will count it. YouTube's very smart. They know that people would just watch their own videos. how the fuck could you have a YouTube channel about poker? I mean, what could you possibly talk about? What the hell could you possibly talk about? Well, what they don't know is that if YouTube catches you watching your own content and they suspect that you're doing that, they blacklist you and they don't suggest your videos anymore. If they catch you watching your own content, they blacklist you. Well, do you think my channel's boring? I just love pro wrestling, man. I love pro wrestling. I love talking about pro wrestling, and this is my platform to do it. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Is he monetized? Whoever you're talking about, is his channel monetized? Is his channel monetized?
You're not going back out there training too damn hard. You just keep on and on and on and on.
Yeah, a lot of people use YouTube to promote other stuff. I'm kind of against it, but I know it's a thing. I don't really care for people who do that. They only have YouTube as pretty much to be a commercial for their product. That's what's killing YouTube. That's what's killing that's why content's so boring. I talk about it every day. I know you're not going to know who these people are, but I'm going to say them anyways. The Chris Van Vliet's, the Ango Show, Denise. I don't know if you know any of who those people are, but there's these people that do these wrestling YouTube channels. And if you look at their set, it's so cut and dry. It's like they have these nice little high production sets, but they're not real wrestling fans. You don't get that they have a personality, that they want to talk about wrestling, that it's just a job. It's a job, and they don't have no love for it. It's so smooth and easy, and everything they do is overproduced, and they have all these high production sets. But I mean, I'm a fan. I like it. See what I'm saying? I'm definitely a fan. This it's the TNA World Heavyweight title. The TNA World Heavyweight title. It's got the TNA logo on that plate. There's that plate. And then obviously the world title. Here's the cool thing that a lot of people don't know though. On this plate over here is the Anthem logo, which are the people who own TNA Wrestling, Anthem. A lot of people don't realize that plate is on their world title. That's who owns TNA Wrestling, Anthem. What is going on? If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Really would appreciate it. Let's see. How old are you, by the way? How old are you? Cool, cool, cool. I'm 38. Would you ever like to come on the show? Would you like to come onto this show during my live streams? There's nothing to be. You don't need to be. It's fun, and the best way to get used to it is just keep doing it. Google. Hey, go ahead and make sure you subscribe and come on to the channel tonight, around 7 o'clock. Around 7 o'clock tonight, and I'll be streaming for the pay-per-view. I hope you join me tonight around 7 o'clock. It's 3:37 right now. 3:37. My time is 3:37. 3:38 actually. It just changed. All right, I hear you. I'll see you later. I'm about to get off here too. Subscribe to the channel if you didn't subscribe already. That goes for everybody watching. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all in the next one. God bless y'all. Peace out.